Can you make money with online arbitrage in 2019? This is a question I get asked every single week by people that are struggling to find online deals. And the answer is yes, you can. But things have changed since I started this back in 2017. So gone are the days where you can just find an item on Walmart.com that everyone else is selling, send it into Amazon for a profit, and expect everything to go well. That's not the case anymore. And so what's happening is when I'm looking to see what people are doing wrong, it's oftentimes a lot of the same things. So this video, I've designed a plan of attack that I recommend to people, and I've seen people implement this, make not only an additional $1,000 a month, but I've seen people do this and make their first $1,000. So that being said, let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Kris, and on this channel, I share different ways of making money, as well as sharing the process of being an entrepreneur. My business partner and I are shooting for $2 million in gross sales this year on our Amazon business. And what we do is we buy name brand products from US suppliers. We're not branding our own products, and we're not buying from Chinese suppliers. Now, that being said, before we started reaching out to suppliers, what we did was we did online arbitrage. We were buying from retailers items to sell for a profit. And I really do think that this is one of the best ways to get into Amazon selling. Now, before I get into this plan of attack, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support. It really does mean a lot. I love making these videos, and every single video I always give away a 1-hour free call to someone who likes, subscribes, and comments on the videos. And I got so much positive feedback from my last video and so many comments. I'm actually going to give away 2 calls this time. So right here and right here. If you're either one of those people, reach out to me on social media. I would love to speak with you guys. Now let's get into the meat of the video. So find these online deals. On my channel, I talk about a software called tactical arbitrage. And tactical arbitrage is not the only tool for finding online deals, but I do believe it is the most powerful. And once you know how to use this, it will not only help you with arbitrage, it will help you with wholesale. It will even help you with private labeling if you want to go that route. But there are a lot of mistakes people are making. So I'm going to go ahead and lay it out in 8 different points in this video in chronological order on how you need to go about setting up your first scan. So the first thing you want to do is you want to be setting up your scans inside tactical arbitrage, scanning the stores around deals that are already happening. Tactical arbitrage has hundreds of stores built inside the software, and you need to set up a different email and signing up for these deals on the websites. So that way, before you actually set up a scan, one way you can find deals is by just logging into that email and seeing what deal is happening that day. Oh, okay, so Bloomingdale's has 25% off store-wide. Okay, I'm going to scan Bloomingdale's today. Okay, maybe Kohl's has 30% off their luggage section. I'm going to just scan the luggage section at Kohl's. Miniature Market has 20% off of all their Funko Pops. That's great. Let's go ahead and scan the Funko Pop section on Miniature Mart. Now, there are other ways to find deals than just going this route. You can go to sites like Ebates and Top Cash Back. They will not only tell you what deals are happening, they will also give you a % cash back as well. You can only use one of these sites. So whatever percentage is higher, whether it's, Top Cash Back or Ebates, pick that one. That can help your bottom line. Also, you can find deals there. Other ways you can find deals is there's an extension called Honey for Chrome browsers. You just download Honey and it will tell you different deals that are happening on that website when you're actually on the website, which is pretty cool. And lastly, you can join Facebook groups. They have different alerts for that, as well as there's different deal sites. So that's a great way. The point is just make sure you're aware of as many deals as you possibly can when setting up these scans. Now the thing is, once you're aware of what deals are happening and you go into tactical arbitrage to set the scan up, oftentimes what a lot of people are doing is they're not picking items that they can sell. So as an Amazon seller in the beginning, you're faced with being gated in multiple categories and brands. There's still a lot of things you can sell. So what we're going to do is, let's say you're setting up a scan at Kohl's. You need to make sure that you're actually setting up under categories that you can sell. So that means that, okay, I can sell home, home and kitchen. I can sell sporting goods. I can't sell Lego. I can't sell Disney. I'm not ungated in toys yet, so I'm not going to select those when I set up my scan. Now, you will get items in your scan that you probably can't sell. There's still going to be some items that you can't sell, but this way you're eliminating a large chunk of it. And so you're setting yourself up for more success. Now, once you actually ready to run your scan, in my past videos, I've talked about how setting up filters before you run your scan, but I'm not going to tell you to do that. Lately, I've been telling people, run your scan without any filters. There's no filters at all. And once the scan is ran, then set your filters. So there's going to be little magnifying glasses at the top of each scan. And this is where it's comparing the items to Amazon, really to where you can see, okay, is this item going to be profitable or not? There's going to be a few filters I like to use, and off the top of my head, there is ROI column, which I like to put in 5% ROI. Gross profit, I like to put in at least $2 or $3, and sales rank, meaning how quickly something sells, anything under 120,000. Now, these are very broad filters, and the reason for that being, I'm not sourcing anything that's a $2 profit or a 5% ROI. But because these stores have deals, those scans may not be accounting for those deals yet. So if, let's say, Kohl's is a 25% off store-wide sale, not counting any other coupon offers, and your store set off at a 5% ROI, that 5% ROI just now became a 30% ROI. And those are very general filters, guys. I highly encourage you to play around with these. Just not listen to people like myself or other people making YouTube videos, because you will miss a lot of items if you do that. And the last filter I want you to use is in stock and out of stock. And in stock and out of stock column is very important. And this means that the item will be either in stock or out of stock in the store. And it's not a foolproof system. What you can do is you can just go over the scan like a regular scan for the items that are in stock. And this isn't a video where I'm going to show you exactly going over every single scan, because I've got other videos on that. You can check my online arbitrage playlist. But what I'm going to tell you in this video is, after you've gone through the items that are in stock, you will now be able to go through all the items that are out of stock. And what I want you to do is select the no column. And now you can download that to a CSV, and all those items you can now run into the reverse search section of Tactical Arbitrage. And reverse search is this section that does come with the basic membership, where you can take an Amazon item up to 100 per CSV file, meaning that if you have more than 100, you're going to have to break this up into 100 items per CSV. Make sure it's properly formatted. And when you plug that item in, even though it was out of stock at the store that you scanned, it still could be in stock in all of the hundreds of the other stores that Tactical Arbitrage has. The last thing I want to say about these items that are out of stock is, don't be afraid to go off of Tactical Arbitrage. Some of my best items I've found in the past were off of Tactical Arbitrage on websites that aren't even in Tactical Arbitrage. So let's say that puzzle is out of stock. There's nowhere that has it, but you Google it. Let's say you find a small website and it may be out of stock there, but that small website has less traffic because less people are searching it on TA. And now you can add that website into Tactical Arbitrage, and now you can find other items on that website, and you would have never found it by doing that. And that's one thing I'm always preaching, is doing what others are not willing to do, even if it takes more work, and going off the beaten path. And the last thing I'm going to mention for people is just getting familiar with paid tools to enhance your Tactical Arbitrage searches. So something I've talked about on my channel is Storefront Stalker, this Chrome extension where you can basically scan an entire seller's storefront, extract all the ASINs, and plug it into Tactical Arbitrage and see where they're getting these items at. Another service that's amazing is Tactical Bucket, where you can really craft your own searches. So let's say you want to scan just the beauty section on every store in Tactical Arbitrage. You can set up a file to where that is all you do. So every time you just want to scan the beauty section, you can throw it in Tactical Arbitrage and save a ton of time and really narrow down on a specific niche. And this is something I've not covered yet on my channel, but I'm going to go ahead and reference Christopher Grant. I watched the videos. They're amazing. So anyone wanting to learn more about Tactical Bucket, I highly suggest going over there and checking it out. But these extensions, I don't recommend for someone in the beginning. I think the first thing you need to do is just get comfortable with the software. Find items that you can sell without spending as much money, as to keep costs as low as possible at first and reinvest that money back into your inventory. And the last thing I'm going to say is, for anyone that wants to make that transition into online arbitrage to wholesale, which is what I did, don't make the same mistake I did, which I had no leads when I wanted to contact suppliers. So keep track of a notebook. Keep a notebook of all the items you come across either in tactical arbitrage or that you're currently selling. Even if you can't sell them and you're gated in them, keep track of that in a notebook, because when the time comes where you have to start calling up suppliers or reaching out to different companies, you're going to have the best place to start, which is that notebook of all these great selling items on Amazon. There's no better place to do wholesale research than online arbitrage, in my opinion. And the last thing I want to say is, before I go ahead and close out here, is I have a tactical arbitrage crash course, and I will be giving that away to someone who comments in the description below tactical arbitrage. And I will be announcing that in my Facebook group, which I do a live stream at 2 p.m. every single Sunday. And I will be announcing the winner to that in there. So if you are interested in that, make sure to comment that, join the Facebook group, and tune in for the live session, and I will be announcing that there. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Hey everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe if you found any value in this video. Definitely have a lot more content planned out for this year. See you guys in the Facebook group.